Hello and welcome once again, everyone. Jason Maraschiello here, and today I want to talk about team building. Now, I've been in the public speaking sector now for like 15 years is when it really started, and for me it started with team building. Now, team building has a really interesting rap within different organizations. Some love them, and in 2022, I believe I did 217 team building events in that single year. Some teams love team building, but others have this idea that team building is just fluff, time filler. And for some individuals, you mention team building, their eyes roll up into their head, they want nothing to do with it. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about what team building really is, or really what team building can be if done right, if integrated properly, and there's so much opportunity for growth here. So I've worked with 3 different team building companies, including doing my own work, and one of the things that I've always tried to bring, no matter which company I'm working for, is elements of myself as I come through. So yes, I'm facilitating an activity, but there has to be a little bit, whoever you choose as your facilitator, someone who's going to kind of bring themselves along for the ride with your company. So I always like to find out a little bit more about who I'm working with, what are some of the values that they want to have for this conference, for this day, whatever they're trying to work with. If you as a client can pass on any information as far as inside jokes, who's the class clown, any of that kind of stuff, it instantly can help break down some of those eye roll moments, because I start saying the right things, getting those laughs, and all of a sudden now it feels like I'm part of the team. I'm using the right language, and that's the first step for me, if I'm doing my job right, to break down some of that apprehension. Because really what we want to do successful team building is we want to build a little bit of tension and discomfort within your team, ultimately setting your team up for success to be able to accomplish whatever the goal is. And there's so many typical team building activities we can do out there. One of my favorite, because it's so low tech, is doing the massive Rube Goldberg machines. This idea that, a little marble can knock down some dominoes, which knocks a pendulum, which sends something swiveling and then turns into this whole big chain reaction. So this is a really amazing one because, it's something you're probably not doing on your day-to-day, but also with the time frame you have, at some point you're going to feel a little bit of pressure. You're going to feel like, are we going to get this done? Is this going to work? And you're having to rely on all the different people inside the room to make it so that if it goes all the way around, you want it to go continuously. And what if your team's section of the whole bigger machine worked, but the team next to you didn't? How do you navigate that? How do you handle that? So there's all kinds of team building activities out there, but all of the good ones are designed to not be so on the nose of exactly what it is that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, but can be tied in. So this would be a great one, that Rube Goldberg machine one, is a great one for communication, collaboration. Yes, we have our different teams, but ultimately we're part of a bigger team. And what I'm looking for is when a little bit of stress is introduced, how is the team handling that? Do you see some team members throwing other team members under the bus? And there's all kinds of ways that you can use team building to really get the most out of it. Without naming names, some of the companies that I work with, we've been hired in to be part of like an onboarding process where there's hundreds of interns in the room and we're doing team building activities, and then I'm consulting with the management team to say, okay, well, did we notice how this person handled this degree of stress? Did we notice this? We've integrated team building with different personality assessments and things like Myers-Briggs or DISC, where we can say like, yeah, we can see the way that different personality styles are going to handle these different tasks, or different work styles are going to handle these different tasks. So to get the most out of your team building experience, you want to, again, find a way to tie it in and have a facilitator that's going to be able to do that as well. And then it's about the right team building task or activity for your team and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So sometimes, like the Rube Goldberg, we have super, super low tech. There are painting team building events where everyone's painting small pieces of a bigger picture and you're going to put it all together and it's going to make this giant mural. Again, feeling like one part of a whole. We have other ones that are like portable escape rooms. You go inside the office and you're trying to break into these different boxes, and that one has a little bit more math and fine tuning to it. And then there's ones that are really like professional development heavy, where we integrate gamification in with different soft skills or even hard skills that you can take into your workplace. So if you are trying to think about getting back into team building with your organization, a couple things to think about. One, is the company who's doing the team building, are they reputable? Is it someone that you can, get some references from, or maybe see on their website that they've been doing this long enough that they'll be able to integrate what it is you're looking for into the message of the team building activity? Two, finding the right team building activity for your group. That means not just the activity itself to the type of person or people, but also the scalability. Does that event work at the scale that you're looking for it to be delivered in? And then lastly, have you set your team up for success with this? I kid you not, I have gone on stage before and had someone introduce me for team building and saying, well, we don't know how this is really going to go. We've never worked with them before, but let's give it a shot. Right? You have to be on the team with the facilitator. You want to get into that hype. You want to make it so it feels like you're excited about it so that your team's excited about it. So think about those three things: the company, the right event, the scalability with the right event, and then of course your buy-in to it all. You do those things, you can get so much out of your team building experience. I hope this has been helpful to some extent. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to me. If not, I look forward to catching you next time.